Okay, once you get all your dents pulled out, as you look right here, and you can see it way back here, okay, I got all the dents pulled out, okay. What you want to do is you want to come back, and if you're working close to another panel of the vehicle that is not going to be painted or not going to be touched, you want to go ahead and take some 2-inch tape. Now I already put a piece of tape on the inside of the door jamb because we're not painting the door jamb and I don't want to go inside there and mess it up. So what I'm doing, I'm putting 3 to 5 coats, maybe 6 layers of 2-inch tape right next to my dent. Just like you see right there. And I'm going to bring it out here to make sure that it's all covered. Now what that's for is when I'm doing my sanding and I accidentally rub up against the door here, because I don't want to have to paint this door, okay? Do you see what I'm saying? I probably might blend into it. Okay, we're going to have to blend into the door when we paint it, but I don't want to have to put primer on it because of scratches, okay? What I'm doing, I'm protecting the surface that doesn't need any attention, okay? Okay, what you're looking at right there is Bondo. Plastic filler, Evercoat, body filler. You know, it's there to fill your fucking dent, okay, and sand it down and do it again, okay. Now I've got my Bondo, as you can see, and then I also got my hardener. Okay, let me come up there with that. Okay, and that has to be mixed thoroughly, where there's no streaks or stripes. It has to be one consistent color. Okay, I don't care what brand you're using. Okay, it has to be mixed thoroughly. There's very expensive brands and there's very cheap, poor brands. This brand right here is made by d.i.y and it's called Bondo. Okay, d.i.y Bondo. That's $9 a gallon. You can get Evercoat brand, which costs $48 a gallon. Does it work better? I don't fucking think so. Okay, d.i.y $8 a gallon, $9 a gallon works just as good as Evercoat. Evercoat does have a better texture to it and it does flow out a little better, okay, so yeah, maybe it does work better, but is it for $48 fucking worth better? No. Okay, so there's 3 sizes, standard sizes of Bondo spreaders, okay. You got your medium, your large, and your small, all right. And yes, I do have brand new Bondo spreaders, okay, but I'm going to use a used one this time. But you can use a new one if you want to. It's always a good handle to always have 1, 2, 3, 4, several of each size to use, okay? When I get done using these, I throw them away. There's a lot of people out there, some people, that use them until infinity. Why? I don't know. These only cost 15, 20 cents each, okay? It's a throwaway item, all right? You always want to make sure that your Bondo spreader is very clean and Bondo free on the edge right there that you're going to be spreading your Bondo with. We're going to go ahead and use the medium one because this isn't a major dent, and that's going to help us flow it out very good. So I take my Bondo, as you look right here, and I'm going to go ahead and mix it up thoroughly, and I'm going to knead it just like I am dough, see? You see what I'm saying? If you look close, you can see the streaks in it. And you can see it turning one color, okay? It's very important that you get all the streaks and all the different colors out of your Bondo. It has to be one color. If you have any white streaks in there, that part of the filler will not dry, okay? It won't dry. It'll always say stop, and it'll cause cracks, moisture in your bodywork, and which will lead into a fucking nightmare, plain and simple. So once I get that where it's a consistent mix, I'm going to go ahead and start filling our dents up. Now watch close how I hold my Bondo spreader. I'm holding it at an angle like you see right there, due to the fact that I want the heavy portion of the Bondo to go inside the dent. Okay, so I'm actually curving it just a little bit, okay? That's another important tech tip that probably no one's ever fucking showed you. So if you see, I'm curving it and I'm keeping the Bondo in the center, okay? Because if I wipe it at a straight motion like this, do you see the difference there? So I'm putting pressure on my spreader, and I'm filling at the same time, see? What I'm doing, I'm letting the spreader feather the Bondo out for me, basically. If you grasp that idea, that's what I'm doing. Now, I'm not spreading it like that. See, now, I'm using it in a flat motion because I want to fill that edge up, see? You see what I'm saying? But now, I'm going to come down, and now, I'm using it as a curve, all right? It's very important to learn how to use your Bondo spreader. You have to learn how to use it to feather out your Bondo, okay? You want most of the Bondo in the center of your dent. That's where you want it to stay, see? Okay, then we're going to take it, we're going to go across here just like this. If you notice, I got my Bondo spreader at an angle, and I'm letting the spreader push the Bondo out. I'm letting the spreader do the work for me, see? Just like that. Let me go back this way and I'll show you. I'm letting the spreader do the work for me. You see what I just did there? Okay? And this particular coat here, we're really not worried about being perfect on it. This is called your filler coat, okay? Let's get this little dent right here. And I'm trying to be very careful to keep our body line in shape and feather out at the same time, see? Now, once your Bondo starts to become a hard substance, you need to stop, all right? This is still good enough to fill in our small dent back here. No, it's not. Look what happened. Look at that. Watch this. Do you see how it's already starting? Okay. Once it becomes to a consistency of a drying stage, okay, just like you see right here, you want to stop. Don't use it anymore because it will not adhere to the metal, all right? My normal procedure, okay, would to be let that dry for 30 to 45 minutes and then come back and use my air file. But, as I told you, this is a filler coat, okay? And what we're going to do with that filler coat, we're going to form and shape the filler coat, okay, to the body. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. Now there's two ways that you can do this to remove the Bondo and form and shape, okay? You can go ahead and use a cheese grater, okay? Now this is a 12-inch cheese grater, it's a dual handle, or you can use the small, okay, 6-incher, okay? Yeah, all right? I'm gonna use the 6-incher on this one, or if you don't have one of these, get yourself a rubber block and some 36 grit. Now you have to do this while it's still semi-dry. Now you need to let your Bondo dry to a consistency of almost dry, almost not dry. Do you see what I'm saying? It has to be right in the middle to use the cheese grater, okay? If you were going to use the 36 grit, you need to let it dry even longer because you're actually forcing it. So I'm going to use the small cheese grater, okay, the 6-inch one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, okay, as you can see, this is the way that you hold it, okay? Or however you feel comfortable with it. I don't care, all right? I don't know. But if you look close, you can see, okay? If you look, you can see that it's taking the dent out of the car very nicely, okay? There you go. You see what I'm saying? Now I just saved myself probably $10 in sandpaper and probably 30 or 45 minutes of sanding using my cheese grater. Now, I still have to sand that down with my air file. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and get this and see if I can even, there it goes. When you're using your cheese grater, okay, and you're using it and it seems like it's gouging it too deep and it's pulling Bondo off of the dented area, you need to stop. That means that it's not dry enough. When you're using your cheese grater and there's really nothing coming off, it's too late, you can't use it. It has to be just at the right time to use your cheese grater. Yes, that does take a little bit of practice to learn how to do that. So what I do when I cheese grate, I go ahead and cheese grate it to where it's a lighter color. So in this particular situation, this would be super light pink, almost white. And what I'm doing is I'm getting off the top coat. I'm getting the top coat of the Bondo, okay, is actually a tacky, sticky coat, okay? So what I'm trying to do, I'm getting it down to where it's not sticky anymore and it's solid dry. Now this dent here is ready to go over it with the air file or whatever you have.